This is Akashvani. In the program Spotlight, now we bring you a discussion on India's strides towards self-reliance in computing. The participants are Colonel A.K. Nath, Executive Director, Center for Development of Advanced Computing, Pune; Professor Tanushree Saha Dasgupta, Director, S.N. Bose National Center for Basic Sciences, Kolkata; Dr. Surya Chandra A. Rao, Senior Scientist, Indian Institute of Tropical Meteorology, Pune; and Ramya, Anchor.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi virtually inaugurated 3 Param Rudra supercomputers and high-performance computing systems for weather and climate research. These computers, developed indigenously under the National Supercomputing Mission at a cost of 130 crore rupees, will be deployed in Pune, Delhi and Kolkata to support high-performance scientific research and development. To elaborate more about these, we have in Akashvani today with us Dr. Surya Chandra Rao, Project Director at High Performance Computing, Colonel Ashit Kumar Nath, Executive Director, CDAC Pune, and Professor Tanushree Saha Gupta, Senior Professor and Director at S.N. Bose National Center for Basic Sciences. Welcome and thank you for joining Akashvani. Colonel, firstly, can you tell our listeners what exactly is a supercomputer and what is its significance?
Well, a supercomputer is a machine which makes use of parallel programming, which is different from a normal desktop machine, which is not able to perform computations with that high speed as a supercomputer. It uses parallel programming and it can give you computational speeds much faster, many hundreds and thousands of times faster than a normal computer. So therefore, it can do computational jobs which earlier were not being able to be performed in a few days or even a few years by a normal computer. So that is the kind of use of a supercomputer.
Okay, so Colonel, why exactly do we need a supercomputer?
As I said, in order to solve problems which require a large amount of time to be solved by a desktop computer or a workstation, we require supercomputers. And we require supercomputers to solve societal problems, grand challenge problems being faced by any country today, something like disaster management, climate change, drug discovery, drug repurposing, genetics, genomics, which is both plant and animal genomics, and computational chemistry, material science, and so many other problems.
Colonel, Prime Minister Narendra Modi launched 3 Param Rudra supercomputers yesterday, which were installed in Delhi, Pune and Kolkata. Can you tell us more about these?
Yes, I will tell you more about these, and some people are also present here. They can also elaborate because they are from those places where the supercomputer was installed. So I would tell you one basic thing which is common about all these places, that they are built on the Param Rudra platform, which has been designed, developed and manufactured under the technology which has been developed by CDAC and transferred to our industry partners like VVDN, which is from Manesar, Keynes, which is in Mysore, and we also have a third technology partner called Avalon. Now, these supercomputers have been developed under the National Supercomputing Mission, and they are in phase 3 of the mission, which deals with developing indigenous technology. So these servers are based on the Rudra motherboard, which is indigenously developed in CDAC, and then the technology has been transferred. So we have a total control over the hardware as well. The design of the motherboard is entirely our own, and our software stack is our own. We have taken open source software stack and built our applications, some of our applications ourselves, and ported this on the supercomputer.
Doctor, what would you like to add regarding this?
So the high-performance computing is a capacity of 13.67 petaflops. A petaflop is like 15 zeros after 1. So that many calculations it can carry out. This HPC is expected to solve the problems of weather and climate, and it is mostly used to develop various models to improve the prediction skill of extremes, mostly on different time scales like weather, climate, and also decadal and climate projections. So this is very fast computer, and if you look at globally, India stands in the 4th position and as good as other very big countries like France, UK and Korea.
Okay, so as the project director, what do you think is the significance of these high-performance supercomputers and how will they enhance in climate and weather research?
As you increase the capacity of the high-performance computer, actually enables you to increase the resolution of the models. So for example, if you are using your cell phone, it has a camera. It comes with a megapixels. So similarly, if you are a high-performance computing, if you have more capacity, you can look at things and forecast things at much higher, smaller resolutions. At present, we are predicting weather using a 12 kilometer grid size models. With this new system, we'll get at least 6 kilometer resolution models operational by next 2-3 months. So that is one of the advantages. And second advantage is that if you increase the resolution of the models, you are expected to get extreme events much better than before. So not only that, see the climate projections, as you all know, we have our own Indian model participating in IPCC climate projections. They also will be able to make projections using very high resolution projections. Therefore, the sectors like agriculture, water sector and all these people and the stakeholders actually can make use of these climate projections for their applications at a smaller scale. And another big users are that wind and solar power energy sector. They actually wanted forecasts of wind and solar for next week and beyond. So that is also possible using this supercomputer.
Colonel, as you mentioned, all of these is made in India. So on a global scale, where does India stand in the respect of having supercomputers?
Well, on the global scale, USA and Europe and Japan and some other countries like Finland and Spain, all these countries, and China, of course, they are much more ahead, and they are already having machines which are almost in the exascale. We are in the petascale today, and exascale is 1,000 times faster than that. So we are also very soon planning to catch up. And there is a 20 petaflop machine based on the Rudra platform, which is being developed for CDAC Bangalore. And then we are going to go into a 200 petaflop machine and then finally go into exascale. The most important thing to note here is that we have finally developed the in-house expertise to develop these machines, and now we'll be able to accelerate much faster as far as the catch-up game is concerned.
Professor Tanushree, what do you have to say about this?
These supercomputers actually has been installed and commissioned under the National Supercomputing Mission. And the goal of this mission is to actually install and commission computers which are having high performance and computing speed across different parts of the country. The whole idea is to create some kind of computation hubs so that the entire country gets benefited by it. Already some of the hubs have been created, and this is the last phase of National Supercomputing Mission. And in this last phase, 3 more such hubs have been commissioned. The unique thing of the last round is that the machines have been indigenously created by CDAC in Pune, and therefore in certain way it's a make in India concept where we have our own computer now made entirely by us.
Professor, as one of the supercomputers has been installed at SN Bose National Center of Basic Sciences, what will be the aim to achieve with these supercomputers?
These supercomputer, first of all, will actually make a big leap to the computation capability of this particular area, meaning the institutes that are located in Calcutta and around. It's not only increasing just some facility, but it will facilitate also the collaboration between the computational researchers who are working in this city. For example, we already have a very strong collaborative network with the Shah Institute of Nuclear Physics, with IICB, with J.C. Bose Institute, also with IISER Kolkata, to name a few. And in the area, in the domain of computational work, for example, in advanced materials, in quantum materials, in terms of the calculations that are needed for high energy physics and cosmology, in earth science, in modeling of biological drugs and bioinformatics. So there are various areas in which we plan to work together, given that we have now this very nice facility.
Colonel, previously where were we getting our supercomputers made from?
Well, most of it was coming from US only, because we required supercomputers for weather forecasting and so many other applications here in India. But the thing to note again here is that it was CDAC itself, when supercomputer technology was denied to India in 1988. We built India's first supercomputer Param, and that was dedicated to the nation in 1991. So it's not that this is the first time we have built an indigenous supercomputer. Since then we have been building supercomputers, and they have been installed in various places. However, application-specific supercomputers have also been imported from various countries and installed, and they have been used by various organizations for various purposes.
why exactly were the cities of Pune, Delhi and Kolkata chosen for installation of these supercomputers?
It's not just Pune, Delhi and Kolkata. There are many supercomputers already installed in many other... See, National Supercomputing Mission has a goal to install supercomputers in some research and development institutions and some education institutions, which have been chosen after great amount of deliberation. So these three places are just part of that entire big picture. And we still have more number of places to go. The goal of National Supercomputing Mission is that we have to install total compute capacity of 64 petaflops all across the country, out of which we have already installed 32 petaflops with these three places also. Okay. Earlier it was 24 petaflops and we had 15 installations. And we were supposed to have 9 more installations, taking the total capacity of installations to 24, out of which these 3 have been inaugurated. So we have 6 more places to go. There are many more places where this installation will happen. So it's just that these places are ready as of now. So they were inaugurated.
Doctor, will these 2 systems cover the entire of India and their predictions or just particular regions?
Actually, what we do is that we make global forecasts with a focus on Indian region. So both the centers will be doing global models only. In fact, IMD uses these model products and use the forecast to the general public. So basically, IITM's role is to do the R&D research for improving the weather and climate forecasts. So for that purpose, the system at IITM is mostly used for developing the models, whereas the system that is there at NCMRW Noida is mostly used for operational purposes. They also do some research, but that is secondary. Similarly here, operational will be secondary, but research development is the primary objective at IIT.
Professor, can you tell us, compared to the previous supercomputers, how superior are the new ones with regard to speed, accuracy, storage and other factors?
That's actually a very pertinent question, because in SN Bose Center we have a very strong computational group. Therefore, right from the beginning, we are quite strong with the computational power. Especially we have one of the very fast Cray computer at SN Bose Center already installed, which is running since last 10 years or so. But it will be still a kind of a big breakthrough in terms of the fact that we will have huge number of processor, which previously was not accessible to us. We will have huge amount of memory. Sometimes we were very much constrained in terms of memory because, as you know, some of the computer programs which are known as CPU intensive because they need really the speed. And the other kind of programs, they are memory intensive. So this platform is a unique platform which will cater to both the need. So we have so many numbers of cores, which are about 8,000 core. So it's a big computation facility in terms of the parallel computing, which can be massively parallelized. Also, it will cater to the need of the computing jobs which requires very large memory. For example, to deal with quantum materials problem, actually memory is one of the very, very important thing, and it's a big bottleneck which many of our researchers are facing, and many of the problems which we could not take up with the present computational resources which have, in terms of especially the memory issue, I think those bottlenecks will be removed. Similarly, for the bioinformatics domain, also the materials informatics domain, we are heavily using the power of machine learning, and they are having so many number of nodes will be actually a very big advantage for us.
Thank you to all our experts who have joined us in Akashvani today, Colonel Nath, Professor Tanushree and Dr. Surya Chandra Rao. Thank you for enlightening our listeners about India's strides towards self-reliance in computing.
You were listening to a discussion on India's strides towards self-reliance in computing. The participants were Colonel A.K. Nath, Executive Director, Center for Development of Advanced Computing, Pune, Professor Tanushree Saha Dasgupta, Director, SN Bose National Center for Basic Sciences, Kolkata, Dr. Surya Chandra A. Rao, Senior Scientist, Indian Institute of Tropical Meteorology, Pune, and Ramya, Anchor. This program was produced and presented by the News Services Division of Akashvani. You can listen to it on our mobile app, News on AIR. This program is also available on our YouTube channel, News on AIR Official. You may share your feedback about this program through email at airnsdtalks@gmail.com or WhatsApp on 9289094044.